Hello. Uh, I've been urged by the Watchers to start a channel about them, which I've called the Watchers Gospel, because it is a point in time in the species evolution where something like that would be desirable. So I'm allowing myself to be a mouthpiece for the Watchers, and I'll include a description and a link below as far as the Watchers and specifically to the Book of Enoch, because that book is very important to understand many things, including the Bible. So I included that in the link below. As far as the Watchers, how would I define the Watchers? Because the Watchers, as described in the Book of Enoch, are seen as fallen angels that mated with the daughters of men, out of which created giants, which disrupted things and also offered civilization, basically, bequeathed it to humanity. So that is the definition of the Watchers as explained in the Book of Enoch. Now I would like to put a little twist to that. I'm not denying any of that. I'm just providing that link in the description below to show you where we part from as far as Western culture. Like, what does that mean to us, right? I'm not going to get into, maybe later, into why it wasn't included in the Bible or the Torah, but as of right now, I'll give you what would be my definition of Watchers. I argue that Watchers are universal, and in some traditions they were called gods, and others ancestors, so forth and so on. And there are many parallels in different traditions that suggest the existence of these beings, and they were just explained in different ways, and they were given different names according to the culture and the time. So, but there is a commonality behind all of them, and that is that they are watching mankind, and therefore they have a certain interest in mankind. So now, predicating on that, I will define the Watchers as a type 8 civilization in the Kardashev scale. So I would define them as non-corporeal and transdimensional, because there's a lot of arguments about Watchers being aliens, Anunnaki, and all that. I'm not going to get into all that, because I'm defining the Watchers as I've experienced the Watchers my whole life. I've had experiences with these beings since I can remember. So I'm coming from a phenomenological and experiential point of view. But so from that point of view, and based on lifetimes of research, let's put it that way, I would define the Watchers as beings that have achieved a level of civilization that to us would be magic. It's just like us going to a tribe in Brazil that's never been contacted in the Amazon. How would they see us, right? So this is how I view the Watchers. They've achieved a level of civilization that's so beyond our imagination, because you have to see that we are not even a type 1 civilization. We're like a type 0.7, 0.8. So imagine trying to envision a type 8 civilization. Now, I'll provide another link in the description below of the Kardashev scale and so on, and how it's defined, but essentially it would be like the idea of being able to master resources. Extraction of resources expands as the civilization increases in complexity. And so a type 1 civilization would be one where the species has a complete dominance of the planet and its resources, and has maintained and achieved a level of harmony, which we're not there yet, right? As far as that's concerned. And of extraction of resources while maintaining biodiversity, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so a type 3 on the Kardashev scale would be one that would have mastery over an entire galaxy. But imagine a type 8. It's really hard to imagine a type 8. Like, we're talking about technology and evolution so beyond what we conceive of as evolution. So being a type 8 civilization means that they have the capacity of creating entire universes, which is why I would suggest that this universe is one of those. And but what purpose? To what end? What is the purpose of life, right? Well, when you're a type 8 civilization, you don't reproduce in an organic way. So you create an artificial womb. And essentially what the cosmos is a holographic womb of sorts to produce, potentially, right, beings like themselves that have to go through all the different steps of evolution that they went through in order to achieve their status. So these ideas of ascension and so on that you see in different cultures, you see it in the Platonic, Neoplatonic, mystery school culture of the West. You see it in India, Hinduism and Buddhism, and so forth and so on. This idea of ascension, and this idea of evolution, and this idea of reaching a point where you can escape the cycles of birth and death. I argue that that is something that has been bequeathed to us by these beings. And again, these beings are not physical. They don't exist as you or me. And many people have expressed or mentioned the mechanical elves and things of that nature when they have psychedelic experiences. I would argue that they may very well be encountering these watchers. So I'm just going to kind of wrap it up and leave it there. This is just kind of like an introduction to the watchers, and again, I'm doing this at their urging, and we'll see how things evolve. I'll just be going down the watcher rabbit hole with them and with you, and yeah, so I'll leave it there. Till next time.